Lineup for the visiting.
Welcome all. And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Robinson in at the 5. And for Oklahoma City, some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a 3-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, and we discussed Mikal Bridges. Coach said Mikal creates a lot of problems with his movement off the ball. He keeps the defense on its toes. You can't allow him to get into a rhythm. And he also praised Bridges' on-ball defense. He'll be the focus of their game plan tonight. Brian?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He takes it in and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Such a smoothness and ease to the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays. What a pretty drive. Makes it look easy.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to Robinson. Tries again. Kicks it out Towns. Fires the 3. Tries to keep it alive. They get it back. Robinson finds Bridges. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards and one trip down the floor.
Yeah, nimble play by Bridges inside, navigating the contact and getting to his finish.
Doris, it's hard to believe the Knicks title drought has gone on for over 50 years now.
Oh, that fan base is just dying for an opportunity to win the championship. And here's the thing, BA, what I love about that fan base, through all the years where the Knicks struggled, on any given night, that building is as electric as any in the league.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Knicks have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Up top, Anunoby. Back to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Knicks have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Bridges against Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And Anunoby gets it to go.
Don't give OG Anunoby too much space, boy. He will rise and fire in the catch-and-shoot game.
Williams with the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
5 to shoot. Hartenstein with a screen on Anunoby. Pass to Hartenstein. Shoots over Robinson. Hartenstein, no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bridges finds Hart. Now Now here's Anunoby. The three ball. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor. Guys, that is what you call two physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
To win the run, Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's good for two.
That's a quick strike from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. In catch-and-shoot situations, those scoring instincts are right on point.
Here's Bridges. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Dort, right side. Now here's Holmgren. No made baskets yet. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Anunoby for three. Sends it home from three-point land. Anunoby's got 6 points. And so it's New York closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
So here are the 5 for New York as they start the second. They've got Karl Anthony Towns. Josh Hart is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Anunoby in at the 3. And Doris, you talk about the bounciest big men in the association. Mitchell Robinson's on the short list.
Come on now, this guy is a game changer as a lob threat and rim protector. He's grown up so much in terms of avoiding foul trouble, and he's putting in the work on the offensive end. Mitchell Robinson is a big-time player.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Greg.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Anunoby makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Give him 8 points now.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Good to see it fall for him. Now 3 for 9.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Towns can't get it to go.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Dort, the pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a screen on Hart. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. It up top, and it's Towns with the power finish.
Unbelievable. That's the big cat. So fluid at the center position.
Williams, a screen on Anunoby. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Pass to Holmgren. Williams with it. Back to Holmgren. Now Williams. Now Holmgren. Covered by Towns. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the Thunder tack on 2 more. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Well, OG Anunoby is going to continue to develop his game, and that pass, that was pretty.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. And they're running. Here's Robinson. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Hart. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
The officials were right on top of that one.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Hart. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the 2nd quarter. Here's SGA. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just get right up and over the top of the defense. Gilgeous-Alexander, no doubt.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Dort outside. They set a pick. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Hart. Fast break. Here we go. He's all alone. And the finish on the break with the slam.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Dort outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the 3.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That one misses for Towns.
But we know this, Karl Anthony Towns was a go-to option from the very first moment he stepped in the lines of an NBA court. The versatility is so difficult to match up against.
Bridges misses. Thunder trail by 9.
Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Beyond the arc. Great touch from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander.
He got off to a slow start, but it appears he's found his touch from beyond the arc.
Bridges on the attack. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim. Ali, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the 3rd quarter right after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. 2nd half of this game still to play. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night. What
I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
They've got Alex Caruso. Isaiah Joe is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in at the 5, down low. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Pass to Wallace. And stolen by Brunson. Brunson driving. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
Oh my goodness. Brunson leaving everyone behind on the one-man play.
Doris, how about the evolution of Jalen Brunson's career from role player to star player?
Yeah, B.A., he begins his career as a backup point guard to the great Luka Doncic. But when given an opportunity to thrive without Luka in the playoffs, he did just that. Then he gets his own team and takes his game to an MVP level. Incredible evolution.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They pressed all the right buttons.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
Thunder trail by 15. Wallace outside. Will it go? They get the rebound. Outside Joe. Pass to Wallace. 4-3. The Knicks with the rebound. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And here's Brunson from the arc. He drops it from range. Brunson's got 8.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Tucker against Wiggins. Back to Wallace. 5 on the clock. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Wright. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Wright's got 4 points in the quarter.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Outside Brunson. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Isaiah Joe.
Now, this is what Brunson does so well, right? He keeps defenders off balance and draws that contact.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
They set the pick. Wiggins passes to Caruso. No good on the triple. New York leading by 17. Here's
2
Brunson.
minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Tucker. Back to Brunson. 1:52 left in the third. And yep, it's good. Brunson's got 12 points here in the second half.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Joe, the pass to Caruso. From deep. Counted from distance. Caruso's got 5 points now this quarter.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Brunson against Caruso. Brunson on the drive. Right outside. Back to Brunson. Shoots over Caruso. Good work defensively by Caruso.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Back to Wiggins. Let's go with a 3. Out to the wing. Here's Wallace. Off target with the 3.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Here's Brunson outside. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From down in the low post, it goes. Brunson's got 14 points for the game.
This is what makes Jalen Brunson special. You've got to knock down contested shots. Mr. Brunson up to the task.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there.
Substitution on the floor.
It's been all about Jalen Brunson for New York. Absolutely carrying the offense. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court right now for the Knicks, they've got Josh Hart. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Towns. Pass to Robinson, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren.
New York ball.
Anunoby passes to Bridges. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Clock at 4. Towns a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Anunoby can't get it to go.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Pass to Hartenstein. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA showing off the athleticism there.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
Here's Bridges. Robinson on the wing. Anunoby finds Robinson. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Hartenstein. Here's Williams. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Earlier in the game, they led by 19 to the middle. Here's Robinson. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder trail by 14. Inside. The lob. Very well done.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Bridges. Pass to Anunoby. Dort with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander against Bridges. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Hard with it. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Knicks ball.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Bridges misses. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Hartenstein finds Holmgren. Outside, Williams. Six to shoot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal foul.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
At the line
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, they've had no problem getting into the heart of this defense with the dribble, and they've made the most of their chances there as well.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Bridges against Gilgeous-Alexander. And he lobs it up to the rim. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Down low, Holmgren drops it in.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Bridges down low. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And the shot's good. And the Knicks lead by 12.
This is what you call putting it all together on the offensive end. Go ahead, Mikal Bridges.
It's stolen by Hart. Outside Anunoby. Pass to Bridges. Back to Anunoby. Bridges, left side. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Hart against Williams. And stolen by Holmgren.
Whatever opening he saw vanished quickly. Got to be more careful with those entry passes. And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Knicks.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Mikal Bridges.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Lou gets Jordan. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go.
OG Anunoby taking 2 shots.
Good on the second one.
He did enough to put this one away. Just a hard-fought battle.
29 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. No good with the triple. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for New York. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Hardenstein passes to Williams. Towns for 3. And so it's New York winning this one. Exceptional effort on the road. They were red. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and
RJ. This could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Andre Drummond is out there with Embiid, and it's George in at the 3. Now, here's Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Getting up and finishing. Maxey leaving no doubt.
Door to screen on George. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Now, here's Maxey. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Now, here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Maxey.
When it comes to physical play, it's hard to get the best of George. He invites contact at both ends.
All free throws good from George. '76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. Coach said he knows the obstacles of playing against Paul George. He told me, you know he's going to have his fingerprints all over this game on offense and defense. Our goal will be to minimize how often we let him disrupt our game plan. We'll see how long they can keep George out of the picture. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, Maxey. After the missed 3 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Maxey kicks to Embiid. 5 on the clock. And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, what a dunk by Embiid. He's just doing big man things the way big man should.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. The quick look, no good that time. The 76ers leading by 3. Right side, George. Pass to Embiid. Back to George. Inside. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on George.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
Holmgren hits them both. The 76ers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Gilgeous-Alexander against George. Embiid sets the pick for George. Pass to Embiid from the arc. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now Dort takes it inside. Holmgren the pass to Williams. And he's good on the three ball.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Here we are sizing up Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
That is how you respond. Maxey with the three of his own.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. 76ers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Back to Embiid. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And that's now 7 points for Joel Embiid. Outside, Dort, 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Holmgren with a screen on Drummond. Holmgren against Drummond. The kick out to Williams. A three-pointer is right on target. Williams has got 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
The three from George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Hoping to continue that success from the line throughout this one.
And so in the game for the 76ers, running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the point. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Now Williams, after Kelly Oubre missed from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Back to Williams. Fires from deep. It's Drummond with the rebound. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Outside, George. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. Shot clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 12 points for Tyrese Maxey. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Here's Maxey after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Embiid kicks to George. Right wing. Pass to Embiid. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. It's really a tough break for the D.
Oubre, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Oubre's got the lead up to 3 now for the 76ers. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. It's George on the wing. Still yet to score. To the paint. Rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Nobody near Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Here's Maxey. Outside for George. And George with the stuff.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. George against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on George. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
And here's Maxey after the three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm shocked that he didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Now here's Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Gilgeous-Alexander sends the screen for Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
So tenacious. Maxey finds a way through.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side, George. Shot clock at 5. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 1. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
They've got Aaron Wiggins. Jason Wallace is out there with Isaiah Joe. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the 5, down low. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Stolen. Pass to Yabusele. Here's McCain. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. McCain's got the first basket of the third quarter for the 76ers. And And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Joe passes to Caruso. Wiggins outside. Here's the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. Wiggins has got his first points in this one. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
Well, you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Here's McCain, covered by Joe. Edwards looking it over. Down low. Here's Butler. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Here's McCain, covered by Joe. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Pass to Caruso. A three-pointer off the mark. 76ers have gone 3-5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Caruso. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Thunder shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Here's Joe. Rebound by the 76ers.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Bona, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Joe passes to Caruso. Wallace kicks to Caruso. Five on the clock, on the wing, Williams. Banked in off the glass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's McCain, covered by Joe. Edwards with the screen. Here's McCain to the inside. And Edwards with the stuff.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Caruso. Good on the three-point shot. Caruso's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's McCain. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McCain. The shot's good. McCain's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
They set the pick. Joe passes to Caruso. On the wing, Wallace. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. And the Thunder, another 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Thunder out in front. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game. Almost like he had a sixth sense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. George is out there with Embiid, and it's Drummond in at the 5. Embiid wide open, sinks the triple. Embiid's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the 76ers. Dort to screen on George. Gilgeous-Alexander against George. Williams outside. It's hauled in by Paul George. Philadelphia's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Williams with the steal. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. They get it back. Williams with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Williams finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to okay, even better, he'll take it.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Ray, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team, showing that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Dort. A three-pointer, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Embiid. The shot misses. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Outside, Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Williams against Oubre. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up from the top of the key. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Dort against Maxey. In the corner, it's Oubre. Back to Maxey. Williams with the defensive effort.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Holmgren against Maxey. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Holmgren in the corner. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Dort against Maxey. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid with the screen on George. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Maxey
looking it over. for three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Embiid against Holmgren. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. .54 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And here's Maxey. Embiid the screen. Left side Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that. What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
Embiid sets the pick for George to take the lead. Pass to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Missed.
You just gotta love watching a big man perform the block. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him.
Lou gets Dort. Second personal foul. 13 foul.
Here's Maxey. Misses the 3. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many.
for the visit. Sitting at center.
It's the NBA. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the 1. And for the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Robinson in at the center, locking down the middle. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Here's New York. Down low. Here's Anunoby, and that one is stuffed right through.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Embiid a screen on Bridges. To the inside. Outside Oubre. Pass to Maxey. Stolen by Bridges. It's a one-on-one situation. Back to Hart. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Oubre. Now Philadelphia with it. And we're about a minute into the first. Here's Embiid. Hart pulls it in.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City. Playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And it's powered home by Towns.
The 7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
Maxey surveys. George a screen on Bridges. Maxey passes to George. Just 5 on the clock. Embiid from outside. Here's Oubre. Pass to Embiid. Maxey against Bridges. Embiid a screen on Bridges. And it's Maxey missing. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Bridges with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Bridges misses. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside. It's George on the wing. Anunoby covering. George against Anunoby. George left side to the middle. Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
You know, Drummond always looks like he's trying to tear the basket down when he dunks.
Maxey against Anunoby. Towns a screen on Maxey. Anunoby for 3. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau, and the conversation quickly turned to Embiid. Coach said, we know he can be unstoppable, but we're hoping to slow him down just a little. Double teams might be a part of that, but I don't want to give away all of our tricks. So it sounds like Joel can expect a lot of defensive pressure tonight.
Thank you for that, Allie. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Now here's Bridges. Here's Robinson. Uses the glass on the layup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
76ers trail by 7. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Left side Maxey. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Bridges against George. Bridges on the attack. Towns for three. Here's Robinson. Pass to Bridges. Outside Anunoby. Just 5 to shoot. Robinson in the post. Embiid covers. Towns for three. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. Trailing by 5. Drummond, the screen on Bridges. George against Bridges. Screen by Embiid. George for three. Offensive rebound. Maxey passes to Drummond. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. New York leading by 5. It's stolen by Drummond. It's George on the wing. Robinson defending. Towns against George. Oh, it's blocked by Towns. Pass break, New York. Here's Anunoby. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so the first quarter is in the books. New York out in front, up 5. Don't go. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort, defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. George out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Bridges, here we go. And that one drops for him.
A nice take from Bridges. Love whenever he takes initiative on offense.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Bridges with it, guarded now by George. And a big finish by Robinson.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
Maxey against Bridges. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Fires for three. Oh, Embiid hits from outside.
Love the confidence from Joel. He gets the ball and knows exactly what he's going to do with it before he gets it.
Anunoby for three. Sinks his 3rd bucket. He's 3 for 6 now.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Screen by Embiid. Here's Maxey. Out left to the wing. Embiid finds George. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. It's stolen by Maxey. Fast break, Philadelphia. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning a title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable. Because he's a stretch floor with a reliable and consistent three, George adds a lot to this offense.
And Bridges, here we go. Robinson passes to Anunoby. From outside, off the mark.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Drummond, and there's the drive. Counted. All three of his attempts have gone in.
Looking fairly nimble on that drive. Once Drummond gets ahead of steam towards the bucket, get out of the way, please.
Here's Bridges, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bridges has gotten 4 this quarter.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
George, a screen on Bridges. Maxey against Bridges. Maxey on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Anunoby can't get it to go. The 76ers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Outside Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Bridges. Maxey passes to Embiid. Hard with it. Oubre picks him up. Ball's going up the court. And it's powered home by Towns.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
George against Anunoby. George passes to Embiid. It's stolen by Hart. It's 2-on-1. Anunoby for 3. It's rebounded by George.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. George outside. Fires it from 18. Nice jump shot. George has got 8 points here in the quarter. High post Towns. And he's going for the oop here. Paul George. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the 76ers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Paul George has been sensational.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
They've got DeLon Wright. P.J. Tucker is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's McBride in at the 2 guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Shot clock at 5. They grab their own miss. Yabusele, pass to Bona. Outside Edwards. Goes back up. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Graham, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And both free throws good for Edwards. And so it's New York with it. 4-point game. Brunson up top. He's guarded by Lowry. Brunson with the finish inside.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Brunson against Lowry. They set the screen. Pass to Grimes. The 3-ball. Achiuwa with the rebound. Here's the break. And down it goes. Jam, that that one home.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Right wing. Here's Yabusele. Checked by Tucker. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Knicks. Knicks shooting 52% from the floor so far. Brunson against Lowry. Achua with a screen on Lowry. Here's Brunson. Jalen Brunson playing big right now.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 2. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Here's Brunson. And the layup is good off the glass. Brunson's got 6.
I think the defense gave him a bit of a gift there. I mean, he got all the space he needed to go to work.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Grimes, the pass to Lowry. Four on the clock. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Tucker.
Look, Kyle Lowry can never rely on being the bigger guy on the floor. So he has to rely on his smarts and guile and toughness instead. He's a very, very high IQ player.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Knicks have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. Here's Brunson. With contact, Brunson gets it to go.
Now, he may only be 6'1", but Brunson plays much bigger than that. I mean, he plays with a physicality.
Lowry surveys the D. And the layup is good. He's got 6.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Lowry against Brunson. Right side, Tucker. Achua for 3. Hits the trifecta. Achua's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's just unselfish basketball by Tucker, making the extra pass to set up his teammate.
33-30.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Precious Achua. That's foul number 2 for him.
13 foul.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
New York shooting their first free throws of the game.
First team foul. DeLon Wright at the line, 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there. 76ers trail by 3. And the ball out of play. The Knicks will have it.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
The Knicks have gotten all 6 of their shots to fall. Talk about a perfect start to the half. Right with a screen on Lowry. Brunson misses. The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Grimes. Yet to see a basket. Six to shoot. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. Achua for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Yabusele. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here's Bridges. To the paint. Here's Robinson. Tipped. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Knicks out in front, up one. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at Philadelphia. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the point guard position.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
Embiid, a screen on Bridges. Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Clock at 6. And it's in there.
So tough trying to knock Maxey off balance, off stride. He's outstanding at playing through contact.
Bridges, right side. Outside Anunoby. Back to Bridges. Count it. And the Knicks lead by 4.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Maxey against Bridges. Maxey passes to Embiid. No luck on that one. And some solid defense from Towns. Right side, Anunoby. Back to Hart. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Sixers.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Embiid, a screen on Anunoby. Now here's George. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Because of his incredible scoring ability, many consider George to still be a star.
Anunoby, a screen on George. And Bridges. Here we go. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Maxey, and the layup falls. Maxey's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, the defense was looking for something different there. Maxey kept it himself off the pick that time.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from 3.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Maxey. And he dumps it down.
No fear in Maxey, folks. This guy is ready for the big moment and welcomes the challenge.
Bridges down low. George defending. Back to Bridges. Left side Hart. Here's Towns. Buries it down low. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Man, how about the cool, calm, collectedness of Towns. Helps him come through when the game gets snug.
Maxey on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. And here's Oubre from the arc. Puts up a deep 3. Hart pulls it in. Knicks leading by 5. Towns, right side. Takes it inside. Oh, they get a hand on it. Robinson on the wing. Outside Hart. Here's the 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. George left side. Embiid, a screen on Anunoby. George peels it out a bit. Count it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Towns for three. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Absolutely amazing. This young man is so money, and his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat. And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Towns outside. Out to Bridges. Back to Towns. Pass to Anunoby. Launches it from deep. It's hauled in by Oubre.
And looking to even the score with a huge three.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so it's the Knicks who come out on top here. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times.
Welcome, everyone. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. And for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson out there with Towns. Then it's Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard position. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Anunoby, no good. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
Poke loose and stolen by Williams. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. He gets that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him. Electric. Bridges getting the fans on their feet with that dunk.
The Thunder have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Now, here's Dort. Mitchell Robinson unable to get his last shot to go in. Williams passes to Hartenstein. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Outside Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Buries the long-range jumper.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Thunder lead 7-5.
Williams against Bridges. It's Williams with the drive. Robinson with the block. Here's the break. Anunoby kicks to Robinson. Pass to Hart. Robinson down low. He's against Hartenstein. Anunoby with it. Towns a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. And Anunoby slams it in.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Exploding to the rim. No getting in Shea's way, especially when he's got a full head of steam.
Bridges outside. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Bridges. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Williams with the stuff.
A solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
And Anunoby slams it in.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
And you're right, finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Bridges outside. The kick out to Anunoby for 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
It's to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander lets it go with a 3. And the Thunder another 3.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Now, here's Bridges. lays it up off the glass. Bridges has got his second bucket tonight.
He's so efficient right now on offense. Bridges picking up his spots and recognizing when to strike.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Bridges shot. Good.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Towns wide open. That three off the mark. And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been at... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Oklahoma City?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast breaks.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Sweet move. A kick out to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges passes to Towns. Count it.
And I'll tell you, offense comes really easy to Big Cat.
Oklahoma City's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Anunoby. Williams for 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Anunoby. The kick out to Towns. Hard against Dort. Anunoby outside. Good D by Holmgren. The Thunder with the lead. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Towns a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Towns dishes to Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Robinson's got the lead up to 1 now for New York.
That's pretty much a power play for Robinson. He's got the ability to just shrug off the defenders.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Anunoby with the screen for Bridges. Takes a 3. Thunder with the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against Hart. Williams from outside. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Anunoby outside. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Nobody near Williams. No good on the 3. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And Anunoby slams it in.
Oh,
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Towns. Pass to Bridges. Back to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy one.
And stolen by Anunoby. Shoots the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Williams for 3. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
So New York ends up going with the new group. The kick out to Wright. Back to Brunson. Brunson barreling in. Good on the shot. Brunson's got his first 2 points of the night.
What a good burst from Brunson just to get by the initial defense.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
E.J. Tucker is out there with Wright. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Achua in at the 5. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Here's Joe. Misses the 3. New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
The dunk by Achua.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Joe passes to Caruso. A 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Williams with the steal. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The kick out to Williams. Shoots. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Holmes.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And it's Wright missing.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Joe. And stolen by Wright. Williams against Brunson. Pass to McBride. A floater. Thunder with the rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Joe, good.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Brunson. Brunson being aggressive.
And mixing it up down low. Brunson, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can finish around the basket.
Pass to Joe. Now here's Wallace. Now Caruso. Clock at 4. Jacks up a 3. And the Thunder another 3.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
Brunson kicks to right. Takes it off the glass.
Excellent court vision from Brunson as he's able to find the open man.
Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple seasons.
41-39.
Here's Joe. Brunson covering. Joe can't get it to go. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's Brunson missing. Here's Caruso from downtown, and the 3 ball is good. Caruso's got 6 in the quarter. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And that's collected by Brunson.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and we just don't want to see that.
Rebound by Williams. Now Williams. He has yet to score. Pass to Joe. Williams, a screen on Brunson. Joe. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And so after 3 quarters of play and let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. So for Oklahoma City right now, Isaiah Joe is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Williams. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3 spot.
Well, Bridges doing a good job fighting hard past the foul, even after the release.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Williams for 3. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Oklahoma City.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Hartenstein finds Holmgren. The kick out to Williams. Bangs home the trifecta. Williams has got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Thunder.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And Towns throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams looking over the floor. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Robinson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Bridges against Williams. Bridges outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Bridges really likes to get to the interior and earn himself some opportunities from the charity stripe.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Anunoby against Gilgeous-Alexander. And there it is for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 22.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Outside, Towns. And he drops it in from the low post. Towns has got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Here's Holmgren. Williams passes to Holmgren. 5 on the clock. Poked away. Bridges with it. Williams picks him up. To the middle. Here's Towns. They kick out to Anunoby. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. And that one drops for him. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And Robinson throws it down.
Robinson's not going to waste that chance. The big man with a high percentage shot.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
Gilgeous-Alexander going to celebrate that one.
New York's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Pass to Williams. And stolen by Anunoby. Bridges kicks to Hart. Bridges passes to Hart. Money!
You remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. It's Williams, high post. He's against Bridges. Up again, and Williams is right there.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Anunoby. Buries the triple. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Guys, what are their best options now?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside. And unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the rim, you've got a good chance to maybe try and draw a foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Big men grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. George outside. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul. So it's Oklahoma City now. Williams a screen on George. Lets the 3 fly. And he buries his first look.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Maxey against Gilgeous-Alexander. Embiid a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Maxey knocks down the long J.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An easy 2 on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Embiid a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Maxey passes to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Just 2 to shoot. The 3 from Holmgren. Rebound by Philadelphia. Maxey surveys. Takes a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Fires from deep. Paul George pulls down the board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
.144 left in the first. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the... And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
At the line for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid. 2 shots. The play is under video review, under NBA rule. There will be a 2-minute
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's Dort, still without a bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. George defending. 3-pointer. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. 76ers trail by 3. George, right side. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
For three, Maxey. Offensive board. Drummond out to Oubre from the arc. Rejected by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. .59 seconds left in the first. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Oklahoma City foul.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the night now.
Personal foul. Second.
And that one falls for Oubre.
At the line for 2.
And so Oubre nails them both. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. And he lobs it up. The shot by Dort, no good.
And the idea was good, but the execution severely lacking.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander against George. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Here's George going inside. Rejected by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
For three, Maxey. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. What a performance for... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's George in at the small forward position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Back to Holmgren. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Williams misses. The Sixers trailing. Here's Oubre. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Oklahoma City shooting just 42% so far in the game. Doris, we've heard Paul George get a lot of praise from the next generation of NBA talent.
We sure have, and it's easy to see why, Brian. This guy is fundamentally sound. He does a little bit of everything. Can shoot with range, can get off the bounce. His game is so polished and smooth, worthy of emulation. What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
Oh my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risks pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Williams misses. The 76ers have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
George, a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. George has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Lets it go. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Boy, a miss like that would drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Now here's Embiid. Oh, putting in the work. Embiid finishes inside.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. George defending. Williams from long range. Joel Embiid with the board.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And it's Maxey missing.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter. Was right in his jersey.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Now here's Maxey. Give him 8. And count it. Now 4 for 9.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Drummond grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Oubre finds George from deep. The Thunder pull it in. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Maxey covering. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Maxey. Holmgren with the block. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Embiid. Look at Chet using his size inside.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And Maxey, here we go.
And what a slash by Maxey. I mean, so good at forcing the defense's hand.
It's his first trip to the line. He's off on the first.
At the line for your Sixers, Tyrese Maxey.
And the second free throw is good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him. Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Taking it inside. SGA.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Outside Maxey. Beyond the arc. He nails it. That's his 5th make in 11 tries. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander just taking the initiative, driving to the cup with purpose.
Embiid, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And here is Maxey. 2 on the clock. And he lays it up and in. Maxey's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems. I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
George for 3. And that's not going to go. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for Philadelphia. Well, now a minute to check in with it. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Cason Wallace. Kenrich Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Alex Caruso, and it's Joe in at the 1 spot. Oklahoma City trailing. Caruso with it. From outside the arc. The rebound by Lowry. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Caruso against Edwards. And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third. That one goes in.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Inside.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That one misses. He hits the second from the line. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Wallace outside. Soft touch off the glass.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Now Lowry. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Good on the bucket. And the 76ers lead by 3.
Well, the defensive breakdowns allows Kyle Lowry to take advantage and set up an open look for his guy.
Williams, a screen on Lowry. Now here's Joe. He's guarded by Lowry. 5 to shoot. Here's Wallace. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Oh, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Thunder trail by 3. Well, OKC has a great track record with their draft picks, and it seems like they got another one in Cason Wallace.
Wallace was the 10th pick in 2023. He's going to give you great physical pressure defense on the perimeter, and then he's going to play to his strength offensively. OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy.
To the middle. Out to Lowry. Fires the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Down low. Here's Williams. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Williams has gotten his first points in this one.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Out to Lowry. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Oh, nice shot by Grimes.
What a boost to have Kyle Lowry running the show. Selfless, smart, and always looking to create.
Edwards against Caruso. Pass to Wallace. Williams with the screen. For the tie. Wallace's shot is good. Wallace has got 5 points now this quarter.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Lowry surveys the D. To the inside. Yabusele, hook that. And the 76ers lead by 2.
A maestro running the two-man game. Now Lowry with textbook guard play there.
And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Williams, a screen on Edwards. And here's Caruso outside. The rebound by Yabusele. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Now here's Lowry, covered by Joe. And a great move by Kyle Lowry. Wow. Lowry's got 5 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. George with it. Joe covering. 6 to shoot. George passes to Oubre. Puts up a 3. Oh, Embiid with the slam.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. Confidence is what he's asking for right now. He said, quote, when it's close, we have to keep believing in ourselves. And if we don't think we can pull it out, we've already lost. So some strong words from Coach in the huddle. Back to you, Brian.
And Allie, thank you for that. Out to Oubre. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. And now it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
A short corner 3 works for Kelly Oubre. Nice, smooth shot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
To the left wing. Drummond finds Embiid. The kick out to Maxey. The 3. Offensive board. Another shot. Embiid. With the clock winding down. No good at the rim.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Williams, a screen on Oubre. The kick out to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Oubre. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. The Sixers lead by 3. Outside Maxey. This one for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now. The kick out to Williams. And the 3-pointer goes. It's all knotted up.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Here's Maxey. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA, an outstanding defender, that time sends it back.
Williams from long range. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got 7 rebounds in the game. Hook loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
First team foul.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop them, and that's never an easy task.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
First team foul.
Drummond, the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Maxey passes to Drummond. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for you.
Just 4 to shoot. Dort with a steal. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Maxey covering. Back to Dort to take the lead. And knocks down the three. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Oklahoma City?
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. 30 seconds left to play in the fourth. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. And it's good.
The quiet confidence, the ruthless execution. You need a big-time bucket. Shea is on time.
Embiid, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Maxey finds Embiid. Back to Maxey. For 3. And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Buddy, thanks for joining. Joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the 2. And for Philadelphia, Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Andre Drummond is out there with Paul George. And it's Embiid in at center. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now, here's Hart. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his first free throw of the game. He throw good, Hart. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Now, here's Maxey. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Hard against Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy is determined to finish.
Anunoby. And to get open is Robinson. And it's Anunoby with a sensational play.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. We expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And he also brings the hustle to the table. Towns doesn't wait when the break is on. He's quick to get up the court.
The Knicks off to a quick start here. 4-point game. And Hart has it in the corner. Trains it from beyond the arc. Hart's got 5.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
George looking over the floor. Drummond sets the screen for George. 4 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Drummond.
You can tell how comfortable Drummond is down there. Excels at using that size and close to the basket.
And it's Paul George with the foul.
Paul George.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Towns, a screen on George. Let's go. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Richard, one thing you don't see Mikal Bridges do is miss games. He is always out there.
I think it would take a lot to make him sit out of a game. He is committed to being there for his team. It's so impressive.
Now Oubre after the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. Maxey against Anunoby.
2 minutes.
Embiid with it. Shot clock at 6. It's good. This game is all even.
The footwork, the patience, watching Embiid go to work inside is just a treat.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his first foul. Here's Bridges. Hasn't made one yet. There's the 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
Knicks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Maxey against Bridges. Now, here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. Yep, that one goes in there. Maxey's got 5.
A physical scoring guard. Maxey is at home on the inside.
Anunoby a screen on George. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Hits it from 3-point range. Anunoby's got his second bucket.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Oubre outside. A 3 ball. It's rebounded by Towns. The Knicks with the lead. Here's Hart. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
You gotta love his hustle. Leading the defense. No time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Maxey into the lane. Plays it up and banks it in. Maxey's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's the Knicks up 1. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Knicks.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the point guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Inside, Embiid kicks to Maxey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's no good, and he's 3 for 5.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Bridges against Maxey. Here's Robinson. Out to Bridges. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. The long-distance three is buried. Anunoby's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Knicks. Maxey against Bridges. Left side, Maxey. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Great, you look at today's point guards. So many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times, it's to ignite it.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Anunoby passes to Hart. Oh, Anunoby in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Bridges against Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Bridges. Here's Maxey. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Bridges against George. Here's the floater. And there's a nice layup inside by Bridges. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Oubre. Here's Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Drummond's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
George against Bridges. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bridges has got 6.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Oubre kicks to Maxey. .143 left here in the second. And there's the try. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
Bridges outside. Pass to Anunoby. To the paint. Here's Hart. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here's Maxey. Bridges with some nice defense.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. Towns for 3.
Embiid with no problem getting in your grill defensively.
Towns, no luck. And here's George. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nothing in the game's quite as smooth as a finger roll. Great finish right there.
Anunoby is screen on George. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Quick guy with a long stride. Bridges, this man can blitz the hoop.
The 76ers trail by 4. Embiid with a screen on Anunoby. And here's George for 3. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. Towns, the pass to Hart. Anunoby outside. And a miss there on the triple. Oubre outside. Shoots over Towns, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. We've got Miles McBride. DeJuan Wright is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Achua in at the 5 down low. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by New York. Brunson outside. Pass to Achua. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Stolen by Tucker. Right against Edwards. And it's Wright missing. The 76ers trail by 7. Here's Yabusele. And he dunks it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Achua. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
First team foul.
And that one misses.
At the line for the Knicks, Precious Achua. 2 shots.
And he ends up missing both free throws. 76ers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Pass to Yabusele. Six on the shot clock. Here's Bona, and stolen by Wright. Brunson the pass to Tucker, and Tucker slams it in.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Clock is at 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Right outside. Brunson against Lowry. Brunson, no good. The 76ers trail by 7. Right against Lowry. Pass to Grimes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
Brunson outside. Brunson stays agile and finds his opening inside.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Grimes, defended by McBride. Yabusele hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Right outside, over Edwards, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Yabusele's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight, and it's good, 2 points. Now just a 3-point New York lead.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Here's Brunson, drives to the hoop. Fast break, Philadelphia. Edwards with it. Now right defender. It's Edwards on the wing. From the corner. Knicks with the rebound. And here we go. The fast break. Brunson's got it. There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Edwards slides in. And Edwards slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
23 seconds left in the third quarter. Lowry against Brunson. Outside Lowry. Lets the three fly. Connects from three-point range. Lowry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Brunson. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Knicks up 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big man in the league today than we've ever seen.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
The defense got crossed up, and Bridges takes advantage with that pass.
Embiid with the screen on Bridges. Here's Maxey. To Embiid. Outside, Maxey. And Bridges with a clear path to the net. Oh, my goodness, the slam!
That is the kind of stuff you only see in video games. Come on, Mikal.
Outside, Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and that one's good. Drummond.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Bridges against George. Anunoby outside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Bridges against Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Bridges. And the rejection by Towns.
A firm denial by Towns, knocking it away with that tremendous length.
And how about the athleticism from Towns there, skying up with ease to power through on that alley-oop.
Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. From deep three-point land.
Good footwork, good awareness, nice defense from Bridges.
That won't go. He's failed to score in 6 of his 11 tries from the field. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Now George, the 3. Rebounded by Hart.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Towns throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, man. You can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Embiid dishes to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. They need this. Robinson with the block. Bridges against George. Bridges kicks to Hart. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. Bridges finds Hart. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal foul. Second team foul.
Bridges outside. The kick out to Towns. Shot clock at 5.
And before he had time to bring the ball back in off the pump fake, out, and they're off. No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Knicks.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one. They got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Mikal Bridges.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Embiid with a screen on Bridges. Maxey against Bridges. Down low. George sets a screen for Maxey. Outside, George. Embiid from outside. Knicks with the rebound. And a fast break now for New York. Anunoby with it. Now defended by Oubre. Paul George with the steal. And they're on the break. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Here's Anunoby. No good. And so it's the Knicks with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is